So a few weeks ago, I was just going through the service records on this V8 UTE, and I was just looking at when the brake fluid was last changed, and according to the records that came with the car, 2005 was the last time the brake fluid was changed. Doesn't surprise me. It's a fluid that gets overlooked all the time, and it looks like engine oil in that brake reservoir. So yeah, not surprising. So I thought, bugger it. Obviously, I got to bleed that out, put some new fresh stuff in. I thought, you know what? While I'm at it, I'm just going to change all the rotors and all the pads as well. Just be done with it. Then everything's fresh. Like, there's a bit of meat on the pads that are on there now. The rotors have got a few marks in them and that. God knows how old and how long ago they were done. So I'm just going to do the whole lot. Fluid, rotors, pads. Just be done with it. And as I said, then I know that it's fresh then. Rear rotors there they're just from Super Cheap Auto, the Bosch brand. And the front ones there. Pads and brake fluid, bit of .4. I'm just going to get the rotors painted up. They already come in like a silver finish, but that tends to go a bit rusty after a few months. So I'll get a bit of silver caliper paint on them, give the calipers a bit of a spruce up, and we should be all good. And just for reference, guys, part number there for the front rotor, part number there for front brake pads. That's the rear rotor part number, and part number for the rear pads. Now, unfortunately, there's going to be no videos of the works carried out on the brakes. It was just one of them days in the garage where just nothing worked out for me. You have days like that working on cars. That's just the nature of it. Half the time, I never had the camera recording, so I missed half the vision anyway. Yeah, it was just a bit of a shit fight, to be honest. But anyway, we're here a day or so later after the brakes have been done, and all in all, in the end, it turned out well. So I've just put a bit of silver paint on the calipers, pulled them off, spruced them up, painted up them new rotors, new pads, obviously, new .4 brake fluid. Yeah, and it's doing everything it's supposed to do. So yeah, pulling up a lot better now. So anyway, it's disappointing. There's no vision. So next up, I just want to give the inside of this tub a bit of a detail. So I've taken that rubber mat out that was in there. Had a lot of paint spillages on it. A lot of oil marks from over the years. Got a new one down there from Tonner Covers Australia. That'll get rolled out once the inside's been cleaned up. So just going to give the floor a bit of a scrub. There's a few stains you can see on the floor there. There's a little bit of surface sort of rust around the outside, as you can see. It's just superficial stuff, so a bit of Scotch-Brite and a bit of a light sand will get rid of that. Then I'll just touch it up with a bit of that white factory paint. And then I'll just get the buff in there, just see what I can clean up. Like, obviously it's going to need a paint at some stage, but you know, I'm probably 12 or 18 months away from doing that. So just for now, a really good clean up, good scrub, get a bit of cutters in there, get what I can clean up, and that'll do for now. And then I'll roll out that new mat in there. So inside the tub's looking a hell of a lot better. I just got in here with a buff and a cutting compound. Just chipped away, done what I could. Obviously we still got a few permanent marks and all that in here. But otherwise looking a hell of a lot better. It'll do until I get it painted further down the track. And that new rubber matting really just finishes it off as well. Looking good. So I'm just going to remove these bumperettes off the VS Ute. Already done the driver's side, that one's off. So all it is 3 bolts holding these on. So there's one underneath there, one behind that little panel there, and pop that reflector out, and there's one there, and they just simply pull off. So I'll get that off and get them repainted. A few little marks there, as you can see. Otherwise they're in pretty good condition. So there's just 3 13mm bolts holding this bumper red on. Easy as that. So I'll just give up in here a bit of a degrease, a bit of a clean up, and I'll get them dropped off to my brother-in-law Pete. Spruce them up, should come up well. Behind there's cleaned up very well. I know you're never going to see underneath here once them bumperettes are being painted and put back on, but it's just good to clean up all these areas once you move parts and whatnot out of the way, just to freshen it up. Everything cleaned and detailed. Nice, I'll do the same on the driver's side as well. So we're back home from Ballarat. Those original wheels have come up absolutely sensational. Very good job by Wheels Australia in Ballarat. Done a sensational job. Wasn't really sure about putting the original wheels back on. I wasn't the biggest fan of them, but no, they've definitely grown on me now. Bit of tyre shine on there, and once the paint's detailed up, it's going to look really good. So she's looking good, back how she would have looked coming out of the factory. So we're getting towards the end of this ute now, giving her a bit of a mini resto, a bit of a tidy up. Everything's pretty well done. Just got back from Ballarat, as I've mentioned, after the wheels were restored and fitted. Just got the bumperettes off at the moment. They're just getting painted, obviously. Really now it's just a final detail. It'll get a cut and polish, and a bit of an interior detail, and really that's just about it. A few little fiddly things here and there, but nothing too major. So next up, I want to attack the interior. So that'll entail basically just a detail. It is pretty good, the interior, as you can see. Seats are going to have to be reupholstered at some stage, but I'm not too fussed at the moment. I've had a look around and at a few second-hand ones, and they're all pretty fucking shit house, to be honest. So I'll hang on to these ones. I'll get them redone at some stage. I'm just going to pull the seats out now. Going to give them a wet vac all the carpets, and just give all these plastic trims and all the interior surfaces a good clean, and then brighten them back up with some vinyl revival, or vinyl care it's called, actually, the interior product from Bowden's Own. Yeah, and just a really good once over in here, and that'll just about do it in here. And then in the next probably couple of weeks, we'll attack the outside. Like I said, we'll get the buff onto it, bit of a polish, and that'll be just about the end of it. And then we'll have it ready. Hopefully have it at Holden Day. I think we've got about 6 or 7 weeks, something like that, at the recording of this video. So, yeah, it's been a mighty effort thus far. It's been, yeah, challenging and joyful, the whole lot. So, yeah, anyway, light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm just looking forward to taking it to this car show and just getting it out and about and cruising in it on nice days. So, yeah, all good. Righto, seats are out. So this side's been vacuumed already. Not wet vac yet though. All that panel work there, cleaned up. It's really, really good. Compared to the driver's side, bit of shit underneath the seat there. Yeah, you can see that panel work there hasn't been touched. So we'll get all the jackanite out, clean that white panel up, give that a vacuum, and then wet vac all the carpets. Coming up really well. Seats have been wet vac, they're out in the sun drying. So first of all, we're just going to clean all these surfaces with orange agent first up, just to get rid of any dirt, grime, lift all the old grime off, any armour oil and greasy dash protectants people have put on over the years. Clean all surfaces with that, with brushes, cloths, bit of an airline, and then we'll go over it with the vinyl care as a final finish. So I've just got the wife in here doing some detailing. She's a professional detailer, so better her doing it than me. Looks greasy at the moment, but that'll dry to a nice sort of mid-sheen finish. Looks good, and you compare it to what we haven't touched. That's just had orange agent on it, just to clean the surface. That interior has come up absolutely sensational. So after wet vacuuming all the carpets, a good detail on here, very happy with the result. Might be a little bit hard to see. I've also just sort of re-glued that carpet up the back there. That was all sort of peeled away, but looking really, really good. Them carpets are like brand new again. Bit of vinyl care all over the dash and plastic surfaces. Now I'll get those seats all refitted as well. So those seats have wet vacked up really good. Happy with that. They look a little bit more brighter now, a bit more colour back to them. As I've said before, they're going to need re-trimming at some stage, but for now that'll do. That's the passenger one, obviously. Driver one's already fitted up. So these are the three products that we use on the interior today. So orange agent, it's a multi-purpose use product that, as explained in the videos, this was used on all the surfaces just to give them a bit of a clean. Get rid of any greasy old cleaners and whatnot off the dashes. So I cleaned all the surfaces with that. That was also used inside the Bizzle wet vac as well. Fabricadabra, that was just sprayed on any stains on the carpets and the seats before we wet vacked. And then we finished off with vinyl care and all the plastic surfaces like the dash and console and door cards and that. As well as a few different sort of detailing brushes, cloths, yeah, and in the air gun and all the vents and nooks and crannies and that.